got to. This has to sink in for a little bit. Then you got to figure it out. But what do you do next?
I mean, I guess we celebrate what we've done the whole year. But I mean, these two losses really hit us hard, and we're gonna have to regroup for a couple days, and we'll see how we feel after that.
I can tell you this: outside your universe here, believe me, the rest of the country is really falling in love with you guys.
I mean, I guess that's what underdogs do. You catch people's souls, you catch people's hearts, and it's hard to let go. And when no one believes except for you, and every day you go out there and fight, eventually you're going to catch people's hearts.
I know you got to get back home and all that stuff, but do you keep watching, or is it one of those things that you just going to need to get away from baseball for a little bit?
I mean, I'll keep watching, not as intently as I was before, but I mean, I'll watch. I'll flip the channels. I'll see a couple innings here or there, but I mean, it hurts to watch a place we just left.
I know that it's sacred with your teammates and so forth, but in that locker room, that had to feel pretty good, despite the fact that, hey, today hurt. I mean, you guys did something special here, and you understand
yeah.
that.
I mean, we don't look back on what we did yet. I mean, we were in there. It's a somber moment, but I mean, we did do something special. But right now, we don't really think that. But I mean, in the coming weeks and the next few years, we'll be like, wow, man, what we did was ridiculous.
Well, it was awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Willie Carmona.
What went through your head when that ball hopped in the stands? It looked like you were on the way to third.
I mean, when it hopped in the stands, at that moment, I just thought this is the way it's got to go. Things are just not going our way, and it's just same thing with the first game. It was a ground ball to me, and the ball hit the base before I ever got to it. And in my head, I'm like, I've never seen that ever. That's never happened to me, and it happened. It was unbelievable.
And also in the locker room, you talked about it being a somber moment. Can you kind of, give us some insight into what it was like in there?
I mean, no one really spoke, no one really moved, no one really did anything. Coach talked for a couple seconds, and he walked away, and no one even tried to even gather their bags or take off their pants or anything. We just sat there because we can't believe it was over.
But when you do have that other meeting, I mean, do you think that it'll be a little easier in a few days just to, reflect on the fact that you did get here?
Yeah, in a few days it'll definitely be a lot easier because, I mean, right now we're in the moment of losing, but in a few days we all know life goes on and we just got to keep moving forward.
And I guess the last thing is, to have all those fans on your side, it had to be a whole different feeling for you, and did it in some ways kind of make it tough because you knew you could see these people, pulling for you.
I mean, we come from a place where we may have at the most 50 fans, and I mean, we went to Baton Rouge and there was 11,000 people rooting against us, and then we came here and 15,000 people rooting for us. But I mean, it's been a swing of momentum the entire year, and we just wanted to play well. And I mean, we struggled this weekend, but that's just the way it happens.
Think back to last fall a little bit. You're getting ready for fall practice. Could you have ever imagined being here right now?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, I knew we were going to be pretty good, and I knew we were gonna win some games, but never in my wildest imagination. But I think we'd be in the last 8 teams in Omaha.
Is there a memory from this time, your few days here, that really stands out for you?
I just remember walking out on the street and everyone was like, "You play for Stony Brook? Yeah. You Willie? Yeah." And it's like, where I come from a pretty bad neighborhood, and I mean, for a kid that grew up with very little to come to a place and everyone know him is just unbelievable, shocking.
When you go to Stony Brook, I mean, everyone talks about College World Series, but is that what you're thinking when you're going to, when your first freshman fall there?
No, I'll be honest. I never in a million years would have thought we'd make it to College World Series, but I guess something happened on the way these 3 years, but we made it here, and I'll never forget that.
Willie, when you guys got here, I know, even the other team, they thought you were as good as anybody here. Does that make it tough that you guys didn't play your best ball here, and obviously you could have done so much better?
I mean, we were hot for so long. We won 20-something out of our last 20-something games, something ridiculous like that. We took down Miami, UCF, Missouri State, LSU. Eventually the flame fizzles out, I guess, and we struggle. But you can't choose when to struggle. We just struggled this weekend.